Hello, hello. Welcome to LinkedIn Marketing Minutes. I'm Karen Yankovich, and I am here with you every morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. It is September 22nd, 2023, and we've been daily for the whole month of September. So we're going to see how long I keep this up. I think, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm getting a lot of good feedback. So put this on your calendar, and wherever you're watching me, come watch me again tomorrow. I'm live today on my Facebook business page, my Facebook group, which if you are not yet a member of, you should join us at linkedinforwomencommunity.com. And I'm live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. And speaking of YouTube, I've created a YouTube playlist at marketingminis.com. If you want to go back and binge watch the rest of these videos, you can check them out at marketingminis.com. And if you've been watching these and or you're binge watching it at Marketing Minis, I have a spreadsheet of the topics I want to talk about, upcoming topics, but I've left some space in my spreadsheet because I want to talk about what you need. So if there's a topic that you'd like to see me cover, I'd love your, I'd love for you to let me know. You can just DM me wherever you're watching this, and I will add it to my list and, cover whatever the topics are you want me to talk about. So, yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Matthew. Good to see you here. So if you have been watching these, one of the questions I got a few times was like, how does all this fit together? Because I'm giving you these marketing minis, right? So each one of these are a simple little thing that can help propel you forward. And honestly, they're not really in any rhyme or reason order. They're just the things that I think are important for you to know, and simple things you can take action on quickly and move forward quickly with. And people have asked me, how does this all come together? So if you go to sluvideo.com, it's just a quick little, under 10-minute video that kind of ties this all together. The strategies that I teach, and the strategies that I teach really focus on how do you create a brand for yourself so that you have more impact, more influence, and more income, right? In your business and in your life. So that's what this all comes down to. So today, what I'm talking about here today is your LinkedIn summary. And, it's actually your LinkedIn About section. It used to be called the summary, and it was changed to About section. And I think that while it's just a tiny little change, I think it's got a lot of energy behind it, right? Because a summary is a boring, tell me the summary of the book kind of thing. But yet your about is interesting, right? Tell me about you. So tell people about you. And remember that with your LinkedIn profile, it's not about your business. It's about you as it relates to your business. So, many people, when I look at their profiles, they look at their about section and they're talking all about their business. And that's not the place for that. The about section is the place for you to tell me who you are, why you're so passionate about what you do, what's in it for me, like why, I want you to tell me about you. We talked about this with the headline, right? Tell me about you, but make it about me. With the about section, you can do things like, when my clients have their first 5-figure month, I want to start jumping up and down. I almost want to put their picture on my refrigerator with my kids' report cards, right? Like something like that. So people go, wait, I want a 5-figure month, right? Or whatever it is you do. So do you see that like little nuance there on how you talk about that? Tell me why you're passionate about this. If you're just writing this like it's a resume, then you have a lot of competition. If you don't stand out in this market that we're in right now, you're invisible. And this is a place for you to stand out. So what do you do? So how do you do this? First of all, I know this is not easy. That's why I have, if you go to sluvideo.com, the link that's scrolling below me, you'll see there's a place to book a call with me or someone on my team, and we can talk to you about how we can help you with this. But I can tell you it's not easy to write your own LinkedIn profile, because it's hard to talk about yourself the way you want to be seen by other people, right? And we're not bragging, we're owning all of this. So, but you've got to stand out so you're not invisible. So because it's so hard, what I often recommend people do if they are doing it themselves, is I'll tell them to grab their phone and just get a transcription app and just talk into it for a couple minutes, talking about the things I just said, who you are, what you're doing, why you love what you're doing, why you love this particular role and what you do, and then get that transcribed And then you can take that and edit it into your summary. I want you to infuse keywords. There's a lot of things we want to talk about here because LinkedIn is a huge, massive search engine. So you want to make sure that you're coming up for the kinds of things that you want to come up for. People are searching. What are people searching for on LinkedIn that you want to come up as the search result, right? So you want to infuse those keywords in that about section as well. And you want to create some energy around it, not resume like brand. This is the brand of you, right? So you can take that transcription that you did and edit it into, you have 2,600 characters, use every single one of them. Why not, right? Because again, we want to be found. We want to make this, all of the strategies I talk about in this marketing mini series helps you have a more magnetic approach to your marketing, right? I want people to come to me. I don't want to be one of those people saying, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. I can get you leads. I can get you leads. I can get you leads. Like, I don't want to be one of those people. And I don't want you to be one of those people. So the way you do that is you create a magnetic approach. And this is one of the ways that you do that. So you have 2,600 characters, use them all. A couple things you want to think about. This is truly like sales copy, right? This is like selling yourself. So you want to make sure that it's easy to read. You don't want one big giant paragraph because you can't read that. You almost want to write it like you would write a sales page on your website. Lots of white space. You may want to bullet point a couple things. You might want to add a little bold here and there. You may want to add a little emoji here and there. I don't use a lot of that stuff because frankly, this is not Instagram and it's not the place for it. In my opinion, at least for my brand, I should say. Maybe your brand does require that or would you want that to be reflected and you would like a lot of emojis. Again, that just doesn't work for me. I just don't think LinkedIn is really the place for that, but maybe for you it is. So this is where all that happens though, in this about section. So again, you're talking a little bit about yourself. Notice too that when you create your about section, when you go to somebody's profile, all you will see in the about section is like the first two sentences. And then you have to click more to read the whole thing. So you want to make sure those first two sentences pack a punch, right? You want to make sure people go like, you want to get them to click more, right? So you want to make sure those first couple sentences pack a punch. And then most importantly, you want to tell people what you want them to do next. And, I know a lot of people say, reach out to me if you want to know more about this. How many people have reached out to you? Has anybody ever reached out to you from your LinkedIn profile? I want you to give them a next step. Give them something that they can get a taste of what you do and make it simple, right? Make it simple. Like, I've got our marketing assessment quiz, right? That you can check out at howshouldimarket.com, right? Or linkedinquiz.com gets you there too. You can go to the assessment and that's what I share, or I'll share, have you watched my masterclass yet? Right? Like I'm giving them something like a taste of something. What I'm also doing though is capturing their email address so that I can continue to market to them. If you put something like, I'll use a realtor as an example. Lots of realtors use things like, let me know if you want a free assessment for your house. Like, no, I don't even know you. The last thing I'm gonna do is give you my address so that now you're gonna be like, I'm thinking you're gonna be haunting me, right? And maybe you're not gonna be, but that's what I think is gonna happen. It's too much. It's too much too soon, right? It's like dating and too much too soon. You get what I'm saying? You get where I'm going there, right? So be simple. Take the next simple step, but put it in there. Like if people are intrigued, hook them, right? You've got them, intrigued. Now you got to reel them in, right? Now you got to give them something that they can do to take that next step. Don't make them have to go look for it because they won't, right? They won't. So it's not a lot. It's not, this takes time and it's worth doing. It's worth taking your time to create and craft a really great about section for your LinkedIn profile because it is what makes you stand out from the crowd. It is what makes this not like a resume. It is the brand of you. And these are all really important things in this marketing climate that we're in right now. Everyone that I speak to, and there are groups that I'm in there, all these 7-figure business owners, and unilaterally, or unanimously, the word is marketing is more intimate than it's ever been before, right? And I kind of feel like maybe it's because of the pandemic, like the online world got really noisy and we all just was like, whoa, enough, I can't do it anymore. So now you have to stand out, right? You cannot be invisible and you have to make sure people understand you're speaking to them directly. Speaking of which, you want to make sure that's in first person, your about section, not, Karen Yankovich is known for. Like, no, you're meeting people here, using LinkedIn to build relationships. This is not your resume. This is your brand. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. Again, if you want to see how these all fit together, just go to sluvideo.com and you'll get a sense of that. And Yeah, I will see you back here tomorrow. Let's see what's on deck for tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's a good topic. Tomorrow's a good topic. So maybe I'm going to be diving into how do you actually manage the calls you get on your calendar on LinkedIn. So tomorrow's a good topic. I can't wait to see you there. Have a good day, everyone.